What is going on, everybody? Another edition of the Motorsports Almanac podcast coming at you. It is pulling season and perhaps the biggest pulling event. It's not perhaps, it is the biggest pulling event of the year. Farley Raceway, 300 Raceway. Mr. RJ Simon joining us. RJ, thanks so much for jumping on with us. I know you're super busy getting ready for this weekend.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us, guys. Yeah, we're definitely busy, but it's a good busy. So we're having a lot of fun. So,
Yep. Just kind of take us through what's going on right now. We were talking before the show, some of the vehicles we've got in tech this afternoon and everything. Everything's still flowing like it needs to.
Yeah, so there's probably around, I'd say 70 vehicles here already. Guys from California, South Texas, Canada. I mean, local guys. There's Ohio, lots of Ohio, Indiana, stuff like that. New York, Georgia, all over the U.S. and Canada, basically. And it's pretty awesome that they're all here and coming to support this event. For, Thursday night we got the first prelim night. We're having mini rods, 4-wheel drives, 2-wheel drives, pro stocks, and 4-1 limited pros. And there's 25 basically max that can run in each one of those classes, and we'll take the top 10 out of each one of those class into Saturday night's final round, which the finals will run for chance to win $50,000 in each class. So it's pretty unheard of. I mean, it's 10 times what we've or 5-10 times since what we've ever pulled for in the max. There's been a couple 10,000 to win pulls, but it's really, really special to me. Sitting here at Farley, kind of, I told you guys here before I got on, it's really cool just to sit up here and take it all in. I was like, I was going to sit in my office. I'm like, it's a beautiful night here. I'm just going to sit up in the stands. So I was in the bottom rung of the bleachers. Now I went to the top. Zach kind of gave me an idea. So I thought, I might as well go up there. So this is, I don't have a beer. They don't let me drink, but
yeah,
I guess I'm on the payroll yet.
I seen Snapchats the other night that contradict that.
Oh, that all lies. Don't believe anything you see on Snapchat. So, I mean, we're going to have every square inch of this joint, every of our trucking company, this racetrack facility, every square inch of grass, gravel, asphalt, concrete will be covered with a hauler or camper. I mean, and I don't know the acres it sits on, but it's a pretty good sized complex, I always feel. And it's really humbling just to have all the fans that have reached out and all the campers that are coming and all the pullers and all the friends of the pullers that are coming to support it, and guys like yourselves have reached out, and just all our awesome sponsors. We got a great list of sponsors. Everybody's just came on board full force to help us with this pull, and it's kind of it's been in the works for years. I've talked about this pull and doing something like this for a long time, 50,000 to win, and we're here. And Thursday night, if Thursday night doesn't work, if Thursday night all of a sudden we're to get, say, rained out, we're going to pull Friday at noon. If Friday night we're to rain out, we're pulling Saturday at noon. This pull is going to happen, sunshine or not. It's happening. If Saturday were to rain out, we're having it Sunday at noon. There's pulling action wide open. It's happening, and it's going to be fast paced. Each night this show will be over in a max of 3.5 hours, unless there's some major mechanical issues or something. I mean, I'm a huge fan of just fast paced shows. That's
Yeah. I would say the thing that you've got the biggest advantage of with that, though, of being able to say that's that you have a set amount of vehicles per class.
Oh, absolutely.
So you can kind of do what drag racing does and kind of segment out like when each class is supposed to start, if they have 25 or 20 or whatever they have in there.
Well, there's, with not doing this a points race, so I'm able to, add things in there, as a promoter and, kind of putting this on, and, there's going to be penalized for taking too long. We're not waiting around. It's, No one's dragging their feet here. This is a big time event. I've got a lot of spotlights on it. I've got a lot of big sponsors that have came on board, and I want to run this thing as fast as it's ever done. And I'm super excited about that. I mean, we've worked our tail off on this track the last month. We've been working on this thing. Been working on this track for the last month nonstop. Just making sure the dirt is just perfect, bringing it in, just lay it. We've tore it down an inch by inch. I mean, this thing is just amazing. I'm biased. Obviously, everyone thinks their home track's the best track in the world, but I'm telling you, this track it'll be a power track, and it will be awesome. And it's going to definitely
confirm.
It's going to be. I mean, I'm just excited to just be able to do this here in Farley, Iowa. We're in a small town of, not a lot of people. It's and able to do that here in Farley. It's really, really humbling deal to do that. We're right by Dubuque. Lots of hotels in Dubuque. If you still haven't made plans, you guys fans, you can come on out. There's tons of hotels in Dubuque. You'll be able to find one. I mean, I don't even know how many there is, but there's a pile of hotels in Dubuque. I mean, it's just a nice area. I mean, we're just really happy to be having this, and my family's worked their tails off for this, and just excited to have the event, and then also be able to compete in it in basically all the classes besides the 4-1s.
You guys,
the 4-wheel drives.
You're doing something a little different to bring one extra person back each session, correct?
Yep. So we're doing lucky dogs. So each night. So we're having a press conference. You're gonna be able to watch live. It'll be on all the social media platforms. We're gonna have a press conference at the end of the night with the winners. You'll be able to ask the winner anything. I don't care if you want to ask him, what he wears under his fire suit, if that's what turns you on, I guess. But whatever you want to ask him or her, you can ask them whatever you want after and then the winner is going to then pull out a competitor out of a hat that would have gotten 11th through say 25th spot and not made it to the finals, and they will get to come in as a lucky dog and get to have the chance to come in Saturday night to pull. But there's a catch. That person must be present to accept that lucky dog, which I feel like I'm going to get somebody in that. I feel like somebody's going to get caught in that deal and not be there. I hope not, but you have to be in the milestone to accept. Your crew can't accept it. Your wife, you as a driver, because we want to get your reaction. Say you had the worst night of your pulling career, totally missed it, got 25th place, and you now got the chance to come back at redemption for Saturday night. We want to capture that raw emotion. That's what we're in for.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are doing something out there that I feel like personally the sports needed for a long time. And I know you're not trying to take away from other events. You're not trying to take away from sanctioning bodies, because I know what type of people you guys are, and this sport needs this. Everybody wants to take this sport to the next level. This is what it's going to take to do it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And yeah, this is not sustainable to do this all season. Like I've had numerous people I've seen talk about it like, oh, I couldn't do that every weekend, pay that kind of money. No, exactly. It can't happen. It never can. But there could be 5 or 6 of these events spread out through the summer or even the winter too. You could find a good winter venue and have one of them in the winter. I mean, it's doable. And let's face it, if you look at anywhere from a super farm to a pro stock, modified, anything like that, tell me one major component on any of them vehicles that costs less than $2,500.
There ain't one.
Not.
I mean, it's just not. I mean, the world is expensive. I mean, you can't find a beater car for $2,500. I mean, let alone, it's just, I'm just saying, I mean, it's the $2,500 is probably like $250 was, I mean, 20 years ago, it's changed. Things have gotten changed, and all we're asking for as a promoter, the reason I asked for the entry money from the pullers is because as I became a promoter, I realized on the promoter side, there's not that extra money involved in this.
No,
we
there's
don't have 70,000 fans packing a stadium or more. Like, there's not enough money. You would, if you tried doing this without that puller entry, you would be taking about a $500,000 plus loss on the event. So who could sustain that? Nobody can. Nobody. So this way, everyone pays to play is what I call.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's really worked out great. I mean, I'm super excited for it. The positivity from all these pullers out here right now are just super pumped. They're excited. I mean, they're stepping their game up. The tech that's going on, we're not doing, sometimes I ain't saying that a lot of times tech is like a quick deal. It's a safety check. We make sure everything's safe, whatever. No, we're doing a full measurements, making sure, turbo checks, safety checks, the whole 9 yards. And that's so we know everyone's legit and there's no after the fact BS of, oh, this guy just won, but he's illegal. Like, there's not gonna be none of that bullshit. Like, it's all been checked ahead of time. As you can tell, we got a pad as you exit the track. Everyone will be scaled on the way in, hitched on the way in, and then scaled and hitched on the way out. No BS. No second guessing it. No, none of that stuff. There's too much of that goes on where there's that bickering behind the scenes by a loser. Let's face it that way. They're not the winner of the night. They're the loser. And instead of saying, well, I missed my setup, I should have done something different. They want to say the other guy cheated, and that's tough pill to swallow.
I've said for a long time there needs to be more of this super teching, for lack of better terms, that goes on in the sport. Not every weekend, not
No.
but it needs to happen. It needs to happen from the ground up too.
Absolutely. Got some more rigs rolling in right now, folks.
Yeah, in RT, and I know I'm biased because I'm local, but it is a great facility. As you said, the track is awesome. You guys, anything that anybody ever needs, even if it's your shop, you guys give it up to them, and you guys just have everything right there for everyone that comes.
Yeah, we really try. We're pullers and we love pulling at heart, and that's why we're doing this. We're really passionate about it, and we're working our tail off. Whether it's last year we laid a ton of asphalt in here for the fans, so the fans had a better area to stand on and walk in on. This year we changed the way the dirt lays in here on the track. We brought in 200 some odd loads of rock into the pit areas to make sure that they're solid if we ever did get a pop-up shower. I mean, it's just we're trying, and we try to have the greatest place we can because we're pullers at heart, and we want to make sure that when you come here, you have a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have every single slot full, right?
We have some slots in the 4-wheel drive class that we didn't get filled. We only ended up with 42 of them. I've had a couple bail out, a couple back out, a couple add on. So I'm at 41 right now. I am currently down one pro stock, so we're at 49. Trying to think now. Mini rods. I got one mini rod spot open, and I got two super stock diesel 4-wheel drive spots open. But here's the thing: they've all paid in, so it's not like the pullers are out money, because 100% of the funds that come in from the pullers gets paid back to the pullers. Like, even though there's actually I'll be paying extra because of them couple guys that bailed and whatnot. I could end up paying a little extra, but it's all right. I'm super excited, and all I want for this event is just the fans to come out and hopefully pack all these seats. There's not a bad seat in the house. I mean, I'm up here probably 200 feet. I mean, literally, our track is on I call it the apron of the racetrack. So it's down a little ways, and our bleachers are probably, I'd say the bottom rung's 20 foot up off of the pulling surface, so you're overlooking everything. You can, from the stands, you can see what's going on in the pits. You can see, you could probably see a puller take a leak by a light pole if you really look hard enough. I hope it don't happen, but you could see it. I'm just saying. I would never do such a thing. Oh my God.
That's just terrible.
But you guys know what I mean. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. We got all this box seating. All the boxes are full all around. Just really excited, and I don't know. It's just something that's never been done, like you guys said, and it's been needed to be done, and it's just really exciting. And then we got this awesome place right here, the Milestone Event Center.
Tyler's comment.
What did he say?
He said, "I've watched the race before there. Can confirm those stands drink beer well."
Yeah. I don't know how we ever could keep enough beers to Tyler, but
that's what I was going to ask you. How much extra Busch Light have you ordered for the weekend now, especially for tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night's going to be big. It's going to be a cool deal. I'm really, really, really happy that I can't thank Full Pull enough. Full Pull has really stepped up for me in this event. Chase and me have been childhood friends for a long time. They kick butt, lining things up, and he's been huge. And just to do something like that, he's going to take care of, upwards of 500 cans of beers, I guess, during that podcast. And, that's pretty cool to do that, because it's just going to help get the fans in here and the pullers in here. And it's everyone Thursday is probably going to have a headache. Let's just put it that way.
Yep. Yeah. That ought to be a cool deal tomorrow night for sure. So
yeah, I'm just excited about it. Anytime you say free and there's beer involved, it's pretty exciting, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So.
Yeah, and everyone that for some reason or another can't be there this weekend, they can watch on Full Pull Live this weekend as always, right?
Yep.
No, they can go on there and watch it. NTPA's been awesome. Marvin Everson's been here all week helping me get things done and get the get the tech thing going. That's been probably one of my biggest things, just making sure tech is, we got money on the line. I want to make sure the tech is, everyone's on the same playing field. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be beat by somebody that has an unfair advantage. And the same thing goes, I don't want to beat somebody else and I had an unfair advantage. And that all goes back to the track too. I'm trying to build the most consistent track from spot 1 to spot 25, the whole class, because without consistency, it's not fair. And that's why I did the whole, I got a couple people like, why would you split it up? Why didn't you just run all 50 of them here and all 50 there? Well, guess what? It's not fair. And if you don't understand that, I'm sorry you don't, but running 50 of them in one class is somebody loses. You don't get a fair shake. There's not, you need to split them up, because even at 25, the track can change, but the chances are way less than 50. When you got 50 in a class and you run one session, that track could change 4 times.
And not just that, but let's say you got 50 in a class and it's having 25, but you have a breakage and the sled sets for 10 minutes, pan cools. There's
a lot of variables.
You add more to it. You're exactly right. I think you did the right thing there. And plus you did give the fans more time out there. It makes a bigger experience, if you ask me.
Well, one beauty thing about it all is Thursday and Friday are 2 totally different deals, because you're not seeing the same vehicles. Because that's one complaint I've kind of had in the past is like, well, I'm going to come either Friday or Saturday, because if I come on, they're the same show. What difference do you have? Well, now you have totally different vehicles Thursday, totally different vehicles on Friday. Same classes for the most part, but not the same vehicle. And then as far as Saturday, it's going to be a totally different ball game. I don't wish any bad luck on nobody, but just the setups I think that we're going to see is going to be, everyone's going to be letting it hang out. If I've heard it once, I've heard it 10 times from people. Well, I didn't go last weekend to this poll because I was saving it for Farley. well, what are you saving? Like, what the hell's your tune-up set? Like, what are you saving? Well, that's because exactly what that means. They're saving it, because they're going to kick some butt. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try to put that thing on the edge. They're not afraid to hurt it, to say they won $50,000. They're going to talk about this pull. Our kids are going to talk about this pull, and about when we were, about what it was about, because it's going to be that big. And the first time, we don't know yet if we're going to do another one. Who knows? It's not over yet. We don't know. I mean, I hope we can. I hope it's something that'll catch on, but until it's hard to say it right now, I mean, I think the buzz is there. But we just got to I got to figure out how to make it all happen and just keep moving forward. Couldn't do without all the fans though that have been calling and are going to come out and support. The pre-ticket sales has been awesome. Like we've blown some numbers away that people have never seen in pre-ticket sales. So that's pretty exciting. And I'm pretty stoked about that. So, not too often can you pre-ticket sale half of what your max night was last year, So, I mean,
right.
That's pretty impressive and just goes to show what kind of event we're putting on and how excited they are. I mean, we even got some old iron out here working, got the 756 doing some watering. That's
and I bet you don't sell out, do you?
Sell out of what? That
Tickets.
7?
No, tickets. I bet you don't sell out.
Oh no, we won't sell out of tickets. We got all kinds of seating. We'll be fine.
We'll find somewhere to put you.
Yeah, there's 4,000 seats up top here, and there's another $1,000, or not quite, probably 800 down below. And then there's a lot of, like, all these spots along the fence. They're reserved seating areas. There's a 10 by 10 square, so they're able to bring their lawn chairs and put as many people as you want in a 10 by 10 square.
That's what Clint Tucker does in the winter, and it works well.
Yeah, so we got that idea, and in years past, it was coming to be where everyone wanted to bring their chairs early and do this, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to eliminate the whole chair run deal and just sell you the spot, and then you don't have to worry about it. If you pull in 10 minutes after the show and you already had the spot reserved, it's marked off for you. It's yours, bud.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no, we're just super stoked, and just, all we need is just butts in these seats, and that's what we're excited for. We're excited to build this poll bigger and better, and then build the polling community as a whole and make it better. And that's what we're trying to do. I mean, the atmosphere here is just already booming. There's music playing, and I mean, just it's been really exciting. I'm just really, really happy and really stoked for what's happening here and how it's all going down. And I can't thank everyone enough. Guys like yourselves, everyone helping me support it and getting it out there in the world, and really excited.
Yeah. I'll tell you something that's been really cool to see too. Just throughout the first couple of weeks here, about 3 or 4 weeks before Farley's happened, has been all of these guys going out to their more local pools that maybe they haven't gone to in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And testing. Like out there at Idaville, we had Kong come out. We had who was the other one?
Terry Biggs.
Terry Biggs came out with Deadpool. Les brought the modified out there. Ran a 40-mile-an-hour pass in front of Idaville's crowd, which we'll talk about Idaville's crowd here later on. But man, that's been really
happened all over the country.
Yeah, and that's what is exciting. And the reason it is, I had one guy, good friends, Rick Johnson from out in Wyoming. He's got a couple four-wheel drives, and Rick said, "RJ, you've lit a fire back into me for pulling that I haven't had in me for over 25 years again." Mm-hmm. He's been pulling. He pulled four-wheel drive with my father back in. A long time ago, his father did. It's just the thing that is when you hear someone like that tell you that, like, you reignited the fire in me for pulling, like, that's pretty exciting and pretty awesome, because there's a lot of that. We've over years, a lot of people that lose the fire for pulling, and that's sad, because pulling is such a great sport, so fun, but all it takes is a couple bad experiences or losses, or maybe not growing where it needs to grow, and that's just what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring pulling to another level, and I'm happy that NTPA came on and helped us, facilitate this as well. But one other guy I got to thank is sitting right down there on that tractor. That's Jim Miller. Jim Miller comes out here every year and helps us with our track and does an awesome job, and just couldn't do it without him. He does great. Really, really cool guy. I mean, there's probably some pull in Ohio right now that doesn't have a good track because he's not there, but sorry about that.
Yeah, it's
Well,
gonna be a great
they're not
event
pulling
this weekend for sure.
And the one thing I've got a little bit tired of hearing in the pulling world is, well, this is going to hurt other events. No, it's not. This is going to bring eyes to the sport. That's what's going to happen. And just like the people coming and making test passes at local polls.
Exactly. You just said it yourselves. Look at the people that are coming out of the woodwork to make test passes at local polls that would have never done that, but they're testing for an event like this. If we had 5 of them throughout the summer, do you not think they'd be out there all summer trying to test, because they're going to work that much? I think the problem is right now is with the money not being there in the sport, the pullers have got laxed on fixing things. So if I break and say it's going to be $30,000 to fix it for next weekend, you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. My bad. You're just going to say, push it in the corner. Push it in the corner. We'll mess with it this winter. We're busy at work. Where if you're like, well, I got Farley in 2 weeks, I got to fix this thing. I'm going, there's a $50,000 to win. We're fixing that thing. We ain't missing that pull. That's going to be amazing. It's going to light that fire and just keep them wanting to do it. They've done this in racing for the last 15 years or better. I mean,
in the XR series, kind of where this whole idea come on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The XR series, but I mean, there's other series that do it too. But just the racing world in general, you started looking at it more and like, well, how are they every night having a 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, 100,000 to win race, $1 million, like, how are they doing this shit? Well, you start really penciling it out and looking at it, and it starts all kind of adding up. And that's one other thing racing has that pulling doesn't, is racing has a closed back pit gate.
Yes.
Pulling, we give away a lot of free pit passes.
Bingo.
And until the pullers understand, hey, Dean, if you're watching this, Dean, this is for you. Just so you know. Dean just says I look bald on my video, so that was for him. He just sent me a text. Sorry, but I don't even know where I was. I just read that he said I look bald.
I almost guarantee he's watching from somewhere.
Yeah, no, he's right over there watching. I could probably see him, but I'm going to go make him move. He's going to park down by the pond over there.
No, you're talking about the pit pass part, the free pit pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like pit passes in racing, like everyone pays. Driver, crew, wives, kids. I mean, you don't get into the pits for free.
Nope.
Well, pulling is just kind of a free-for-all, which is, I mean, we locked it down to just 4 passes here and 12 and under free type deal, for the pits, but 4 passes per vehicle. And it's not against anyone. It's just the moral of the story is that back gate pays for a lot. You need to have that money. And until the pullers realize that if we want some more money in the sport, that's where it needs to come from, because that's the only other place to get it. There's only so many people coming to the stands. But I don't know when that's ever going to happen. So
we put a poll on 3-4 years ago now at a local racetrack here in Indiana called Gas City Speedway. It was a well-known dirt track, and the guy that had that track up now, which he's passed away, he went to Eldora after that, but he could not fathom that we were letting 5-6 people in per vehicle through that back gate. He did, and I agree to your point totally. There's so much money lost at that back gate.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's $25, $30 you charge a pit pass. I don't care how many people you bring, but anything over 2 or 3 people, they're paying. I agree totally. At
the end of the day, we need to, that's one of the ways to grow it, and that's just what we got to do. But I mean, it's trying to get everyone on board with it, because there's a lot of people that aren't don't feel the same way as I do, because they absolutely feel like there's no way, no how I should have to pay for my pit pass. Sorry, I'm walking through these bleachers right now.
No, I agree totally. We're gonna have to do something at the back gate to make this, because I was at Kokomo Sunday night for the USAC midget race, and they let the driver and everybody else pays.
Yep.
Mhm.
No, that's exactly what we got to do. That's one way to grow it, but it's just having the pullers pay an entry fee is just a start.
Mhm.
And a lot of them, like I said, maybe don't agree with it. A lot of them told me they don't agree with it, but then sent their money in. So I don't know. It's here. It's happening. They've came out in full force. We've got a lot of pullers here. I mean, it's just walking down to kind of give everyone a view of the one pit area, and there's another view of the track, some puller seating. There's kind of them squares I was talking about.
Mhm.
There's
Okay.
they're all sold out, but I think 5 out of, I think there was 47 of them, 10 by 10 squares. So, but it's just, I don't know. It's just exciting to see all this and see all these pullers here. I mean, it's Tuesday. We don't pull till Thursday. They're here early because they want to make sure they're, number one, their vehicle's all right. If there's any issues, they can fix it. And yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know, we're just having a lot of fun. It's just really exciting and just really good time.
This
Yeah.
offseason has definitely been a bigger this offseason has definitely been a bigger buzz with this event going on than it has in the past.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's just, like I said, Dan Johnson said it to me best. He said, you lit a fire in me that I haven't had in a long time for pulling. I mean, that's the exciting thing to think about. Like, what more do you need to hear? That's exactly what we need. We need that fire in the pullers just as much as we do the fans. I mean,
I agree. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. You guys have anything to add before we let RJ
I
get
guess
back at it?
I'm just gonna say, RJ, you full pull NTPA, what you guys are doing from a puller and a fan that's not going to be there and is going to watch it live. It's so appreciated. I mean, it's amazing to see somebody stepping out of the box and doing something to grow this sport for sure.
100%. I agree.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate everything you guys do too. So,
yep.
I can't wait to be there in person to help and just witness what is going to happen.
Go ahead, Wyatt. Sorry. What all are you driving, RJ, this weekend?
I'm going to run Simon Says Chevy 2-wheel drive for sure, and then the 4-wheel drive maybe. It'll be between me and DJ. He's put in a ton of work into it this week, and he drove it last weekend. So I want that 4-wheel drive to have the best shot it can. But they're thrashing on it this week, putting a lot of extra sweat and blood into that thing. So it's going to be hard for me to pull DJ out of it. He's a great family friend, and one of my dad's great friends, and he resurrected that truck out of a barn basically that we had it sitting in for years after my father passed, and got it back on the track. And last year, about darn near a year ago, I got a first Grand National win with it, and 40 some years, I don't know, some crazy number, whatever it was, 30 years. Dan Mayer told me he had it all figured out. I didn't know, obviously, but that truck just means a lot to me and my family, and I'm happy that DJ helped me get that going, and Kyle and the whole crew, and so I'm gonna have a hard time pulling him out of that. So for sure the Chevy. Brandon's piloting Loud and Heavy, and then he's gonna pilot the Willie Make It 2-wheel drive, and then I think he's gonna pilot Loud and Heavy of Brett Myers as well. He was gonna drive Bad Timing as well, but I think I got it sold, and the guy really doesn't want me to drive it or us to run it, so I scratched it. So, which is all right. That's You know me, I'm all about.
It's not even going to run at the event then, huh?
I don't think so. It's all new. It's a brand new, fresh Lemke and everything. And I mean, I wouldn't want it ran by somebody else. I mean, and I honestly, we don't want to run it either. I don't want to tear it up. So,
right.
It's staying out towards our way, right? Like it's gonna stay on this side of the river.
He doesn't want me to say yet. It's gonna be going to an odd person. But yeah. So
Okay.
we're excited. We're excited just to have fun. The Brent Meyer and Brandon, they had a great weekend up there at Hutch. I struggle a little bit with the semi, but we're moving on. We're gonna hope get through this event and then get back ready for Tomo will be here in 2 weeks and we'll be back on the tour. So
yeah. Don't forget, everyone, you can watch it full pull live if you're not going to be at the event. Wyatt, you'll be there helping, you said, and Zach, it looks like we're the odd ones out. We're going to be watching from home.
Yeah, I was fully intending on riding with my brother out tomorrow, but then realized that our 4-H contest is this weekend, and I'm a 4-H leader, so I feel like I need to be there. So
you can come out Saturday.
Well, our 4-H contest is Saturday. So.
Well, you can come out for Thursday, Friday. I mean, geez.
That was a thought too, but yeah, Blake's heading out tomorrow afternoon. I think so.
I might need some, parts for my Kubota or something. You could have to bring out here, like an emergency service call, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. We could do that, or a new Ford truck, one of the two. So
there you go.
I can hook you up with the Kubota parts too. I can hook you up here.
Oh shit.
Well, RJ, I apprate it, bud.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one. Stay in touch.
Yep. See ya.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
It's just making it's kind of making me wish I could go, but
it is the week. I mean, there has been people in that town since Sunday, ever since Hutch was over.
And the thing that nobody considers is not just what it does for 300 Raceway, but what it does for the surrounding area as far as economic impact.
Oh yeah, I totally.
Oh yeah,
agree on that.
There's a lot of businesses in this area that are going to benefit from it, but I think in general, it's going to not only bring the local fans, it's going to bring pulling fans from across the country to an event that is unlike any other.
Yep.
Like, is it safe to say this is the biggest weekend in pulling history as a whole, not just here, but with MATA going on overseas as well?
Very well could be.
I would say yes, because not only the hype, the prestige, and just there's only a first, and to win the first of this kind is what people are setting out to do.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If you guys haven't already, we have a few more of these guys watching tonight than we did on Sunday. Go and check out, after we're done with the show, the interview we did with his name slipped me. Eric, that's right. The announcer from MATA. And we kind of talked with him about their event coming up this weekend and how Mysix and Blade Graves are going to be doing over there. They're getting there, I think, tomorrow and everything. So go check that out too. But if you guys aren't able to attend this weekend, please watch this event. It's going to be huge, highest paying pull ever, and for the sport truck and tractor pulling. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But we've had a lot more happen just since.
Well, just some final thoughts. I think in general is I'm curious to see where the world of pulling goes after this weekend. No matter on how the event happens, whether it is just a storyline, if it's a certain winner, or just the people and the people watching in general. I think everybody's anticipated to see it happen in the aftermath.
Yep. I'm curious. Do what?
You gonna make it down there?
Yeah. I'm curious to see, like RJ said, what the setups are going to be on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And how much iron is going to be tore up.
How much do they push them though with Toma being in 2 weeks?
I'm not sure how much, and I'm not taking anything away from Toma because Toma's a great event. I'm not sure how much a points title matters right now.
I agree. I was just curious.
I think everybody's gonna be like, get through this weekend, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Everybody, what's your thoughts on that? What would you guys do if you guys were going to this one and then you had the rest of the point season to run?
Hope my stuff was away from the engine builder it's going to be building after this weekend.
Yep.
And the crazy thing is, there's a lot of engine builders and fabricators on the property right now going to see all of their stuff either win or blow.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
this is going to be one for the books.
I think everything that RJ and his crew and Chase and his crew and NTP and their crew is doing is just going to really, I mean, it's going to put a dot on the map of what can happen in this sport.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now I'm curious to know how the press conference is going to work, especially for someone like maybe me and you, Zach, who want to ask a question but aren't directly there.
I would assume somebody like one of Full Pull's backstage people is going to be monitoring the question and putting them up on a similar to what you're doing right here. I could be totally wrong, but you know.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I'll be curious to see how that works. I do love that they've added that though, because you think about what we do with our show and everything, and we doing the interviews after the fact will never be replaced because that's a lot of fun just to do after an event, like what we did with Alcohol Addiction Retapped last year after he got his first 2 Grand National wins at Brandenburg. But it's so hard for us on the media side. A lot of times we get lucky with who we land on a short basis because we never know what's going to be going on ourselves that week. Right? Especially with the busy season down here for me, you never know.
Right.
And just being able to at least have something from these polls would be great. So I hope this is the thing that becomes more regular on both the Pro Pulling League Tour and the NTPA Tour.
I think that from my, just like me, RJ's like, yeah, absolutely, I want to come on. I think the pullers are getting more receptive to the idea of being on these podcasts.
I think so too.
Because they know it's kind of the way of the future. I mean,
also, and what potential sponsors does this bring on after this event that you have to create great interviews for and plug those sponsors in? It's like you need to come on podcasts and plug them in. You have to have a good interview and plug them in. All that others, it all plays into effect in one way or another.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right. No, you're right.
I totally agree.
But no, anyway, I guess before
we could be here all night talking about this part of it.
If you can't be there, jump on Full Pull and watch it. Support these guys. RJ and his family are doing something that's never been done before, and I'm excited to see how it works. I think it's going to go off and be a staple.
Yeah, I do too. But
they're working their tails off because when I got there yesterday and today, they're constantly moving. There's stuff moving everywhere.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So do y'all want to run through everything that's kind of happened pretty quick, and then
let's go to Idaville, and then you can jump back to me.
With what's yours for the drag racing side?
No, I was in Hutch.
Okay. Yeah. So me and Zach down here, we went to little old Idaville, Indiana, and by little I mean you blink, you will miss it. He told me that whenever we were driving in, and he was not wrong.
It's a town of about 50 people that turns into 4,000 on pull night.
Yeah, and I have to give you that. I did not believe you on the crowd part. The people show up and showed out for that place, but not only was it the numbers that we had for the IPO classes, like we had 25 hot farms show up, which is wow.
25 good running ones too.
Yeah, like it was a battle the whole way through. We had the semis, we had the light limited pros. I love my hot farm guys, don't get me wrong, but the light limited pros still my favorite thing to watch out of the whole night. Minus Les's passive, like because Les at 40 miles an hour that night, and you were flagging that.
Yeah, Les clocked it off at like 280 feet and 40 mile an hour. So
yeah, that was a lot of fun, and just the crowd there at Idaville is something different that I haven't really had the chance to experience as an announcer yet, with how they're responsive. Like they're not just sitting there, like you just don't see necks turning and all that stuff the whole time. And the amount of freaking cell phones that I saw come out whenever Les Corporal came to the line. and the amount of people that hung around that late into the night until he ran. And then we had Kong. I mean, we had Deadpool. It was fantastic. And it was a trickle-down effect from Farley, some of it, but take that away, it's still a fantastic event.
And it was a 76. I think, Richard, you're on here. I see you. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was a 76th Idaville tractor pull. And they do 2 a year, and they have the same crowd, the same amount of people at both of them they do. It is just a cool place to go for the puller and the fan. I mean, like I said, it's a town of 50 people. It turns into 4,000 on pull night. And the iron shows up. They sell food, they sell beer, they do gun raffles. I mean, like Shane said, the crowd is just interactive as can be.
Yeah. Getting to call Lee Overmeyer's Bag Company 88, getting to call that winning run was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And man, getting to knock off the bucket list of announcing with Mr. Washburn too. That was awesome. I can't thank you and Richard and IPL for letting me knock that off my bucket list like that, man. It was great. I learned even more about it announcing with him. And yeah, I really hope we get to make that happen again sometime.
Alan's been doing a good amount of our shows the last couple of years, and we love having him around. He's definitely a wealth of knowledge, and his voice is irreplaceable in this sport, if you ask me. And I think any announcer or anybody in this sport will agree with me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit I was a little bit nervous to even announce with him, like, dude, I'm not as good as you are. Like, come on now. But yeah, why you got to go to Hutch, bud?
Talk about a tale of two different tracks. I'll put it that way. Hutch was definitely one for the books, especially with the hype of Farley coming up. Everyone was curious, especially going into Wednesday, the lineups on who's going to go. Diesel forward drives had a great turnout. Pro stocks were honestly down compared to what everyone was expecting. They're expecting a few more numbers, but that I don't think was as big of an issue. But the Friday track definitely threw everybody for a loop. It rained at 5:15. It rained at 5:15 when the show's at 7. It delayed it probably half an hour. And the track was definitely soft. Nobody can argue that. And it settled in good for the pro stocks and the semis late in the night, but definitely for the early classes, it kind of threw everybody for a loop. Kind of some storylines. Obviously, it was Adam Bauer's first weekend with the Diesel Super. With the track, what was Friday night, it was hard on all Diesel Supers. It didn't matter who you were. And Saturday night, he showed out, and that thing laid down a pass. I would be curious to see how Adam does with the rest of the season with, getting used to a clutch, whereas he's, been a blower guy all of his career. So it's definitely one to watch. It's got great power, obviously chaos motor. So, but yeah, a lot of minis.
It was cool to see him do that the second night and come out there and just set back and go. I mean, to be second time out, and to me, watching Adam both nights, there's a lot of people that would have gave up on trying to get that thing to lit a minute before he got it to lit. But he just kept on it and kept on him. I think Bauer's one of the best drivers there is. You put him on anything, he can wheel it.
Oh yeah,
he was bound and determined to get that thing lit Saturday. So, other than that, no real major storylines out of Hutch. Obviously, Hutch is a great crowd. They showed up.
Peterson's Diesel Supers at 60-30 now.
That was different. Did not expect that all of a sudden because
I didn't know how to feel about it. I'll be 120% honest with you.
Roger was outside of the main gate. That's why nobody's seen him. And then he rolls right on the scale with 60-30 sheet metal on. So nobody really expected him to see him there.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I really like the way the other sheet metal looked before this one.
Roger's definitely been one to push a little bit different scheme with everything he's ever had.
So, yeah, Adams looks really good too. But Degenhardt's 88, man, wow,
that thing's got Western interior in it on a Diesel Super. That is great.
And it doesn't help that I like 88s is like my favorite series of tractor either. So there's that too.
We watched both nights. You know, one thing I'll say, Kester, I think Adams is getting them things figured out. He's going to be tough this year. Yeah, I know Abby beat him Saturday night, but
and Abby ended up getting him Saturday.
Yeah, Kester's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, he is. He was very consistent on all three tractors. So he's going to be one to watch the entire year in mini rods. Mods, Brandon did what Brandon always does and laid it down Saturday night. Same thing in Pro Stocks. He swept Pro Stocks. So definitely that one's going to be contender. Diesel Superstock Trucks, first night was Shane Kellogg, and Shane Kellogg being back out is pretty damn cool.
That's bad. That's bad for business, boys.
Yeah, I was about to say everybody got put on notice again. So
it amazes me how he literally has been out that long. And I mean, he shows up at like 1 or 2, maybe 3 events a year on the Grand National side, and then he just shows up and it's like, oh, hey guys, I never went anywhere. I'm still here.
It's like, did you miss me yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Goes up there and does what he does. So yeah, Hutch was busy. It was great. I've never been there before, and that is a great. Ricky and them have a great facility to work with up there with McLeod County Fairgrounds. So
yeah, it was fantastic too. And what other event have we been to? I don't think we've been to any other event since the last show because Idaville was that weekend, and then Hutch was this past.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's all we've got for pulling right now. Then
the only other ones that we didn't go to this past weekend was obviously the regionals.
Ellsworth.
Ellsworth had a ton of beagles.
Yeah, it did.
And that was and that's honestly where a bunch of them went for when it comes to testing for Far Lake. Peterson showed up to Ellsworth. I don't remember the last time they were there. Mangans were in Ellsworth. You had Pysigs and all them came from Hutch to go to Ellsworth. Jason Sullivan, not a regional guy, went up to Ellsworth to run. There was a lot, and they're all getting ready for the showdown. So yeah, Ellsworth was a good show. And then the Pull for Charity in Baraboo, Wisconsin, they're closing in on their goal of $1 million raised for the Children's Hospital in Madison.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Getting to do a little voiceover work there for the free preview there for Pro Pulling League. That was really cool. Texted me last second, was like, hey, you got anything going on? I'm like, nope. Lawrenceburg got rained out on Thursday, which for everyone that said that wasn't the right call, that was the right call based off what the forecast was showing at that moment in time, especially. So, yeah, I'll tell you one thing though, seeing all this other stuff happen around me, I'm kind of ready to get back into it. I've got to wait till I'm hometown now.
You can't deny the polling's here because it is here.
No,
it is here.
It's here, and we're rolling. So
for sure.
So
y'all want to touch on?
We went to Idaville, and then we were off. We do have a hook this weekend at Indiana with some classes, and then we start really hard to go the last weekend of this month at Peru. So, and then we'll be rolling from there on. So
yeah.
ECI season starts this weekend, I believe in Davenport. So yeah, some other ones are getting their start. Tri-State, Badger State got their start 2 weeks ago, so they're rolling. But
y'all want to switch over into NHRA stuff, and then we'll run through these lineups and kind of pick out who we want out of the both nights there.
Yep, that works.
Yeah.
You mean Farley picks?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you see the penalties that came down right before we came on the stream, Wyatt?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I just didn't know if you were game or not. I still don't understand what made the tire illegal. Where cars talk about Erica Ender's Pro Stock car. Her Q4 run was disqualified due to the tires not meeting the NHRA. Is it standard or specification? Is that the better word for it?
The different thing is those tires are not in the rule book at all for Pro Stock. So they really didn't have a rule set from what I read is there not really a rule set on those wheels to go off of. But the only one they can go off is Pro Mod. Pro Mod is where they can use those at. And I don't understand the penalty, really. 100-point deduction, a $5,000 fine for something that didn't even do anything.
Right.
It made it slower. What is the point of that? Because Elite is already behind the 8 ball already, and then you're going to kick them while they're down already. The whole entire fine thing just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, did you guys see the scuffle at the starting line too from Bristol?
That was the scuffle was a kind of a relay over from the tire situation qualifying because the scuffle happened in round 2 of eliminations.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know enough about it to say whether it's right or wrong, but I mean, who knows? I mean, if it's not specified in the rules, it's a gray area, but at the same time, I feel like that would be something that would need to be approved.
Well, especially because
that's
it's not
all. I mean, that's literally my extent of the knowledge of the situation.
Based upon what the use of the wheel is, it's not a performance enhancement. It's basically for stability, from what I understand.
Where have they gone with the mud flap ordeal that they said they were going to try for, what was it, 2-3 weeks?
4 races. They tried it for 4 races, and there's still some teams that have them off, and there's some teams that have them on. So,
okay.
That's, I believe Brittany Force still had them off when she ran an average of 338.99 miles an hour on race day.
Yeah.
So
I understand.
That was definitely one of the storylines of at least Epping was the insane speeds that happened in Top Fuel. So
yeah,
because Brittany not only went 300 the 8th, but she went 340 miles an hour plus twice in the same day.
Yeah. Who was it that said that they had a new car ready to go? Was it Tasca that said he had a brand new car? They'll be ready for Richmond.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tasca has scrapped the old chassis, and they're going to a complete new chassis for Richmond.
Yep. He got tired of fighting the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. I give NASCAR, again, credit for this past weekend's race, man. Michigan did not disappoint. Michigan's one of those races that's just, it's up there with the Daytona 500 as far as the tracks that I watch every year. It was fantastic.
I didn't catch it, but yeah, I watched them after, I thought it was a good race.
The Prime coverage is fantastic compared to what we've had with Fox. No slight against Fox, but Prime's kind of making them look pretty bad.
I seen something today on Facebook, and I didn't get a chance to read it. The F1's wanting to do a race the same weekend as the 500.
Yeah. 500. Canadian Grand Prix too.
That's
dumb.
They need to realize. I don't care how hard they try. Those are 2 events you're not going to overcome. I don't think.
I don't think, even though it's in Canada, I don't think it'll make a difference. Formula One is not ready for America yet.
No.
Or America's not ready for it. However you want to say it, whatever side of the fence you're on.
It's not a good fit at all. It's not a good fit overall.
No, it's not. I mean, you have McLaren, Ferrari, and all that stuff. That's all fine and dandy.
Cadillac getting in it.
Yeah, no, that is the one thing I'm looking forward to. And I
went down to Indy a month ago or so, and there was traffic, so I cut around the back road and just stumbled on that new Cadillac F1 headquarters that's going to be in Indy. Holy God!
And you didn't bother to take a picture of it?
I didn't know what it was at the time. And then I happened to see a TikTok or something about it, and it clicked, and I got on, and sure enough, oh my Lord, that place is unbelievable. Because I'm driving by, what is this place? And yeah, wow.
Yeah. Speaking of Indy too, before we get into our picks, anybody that's wanting to go into the PRI show, lodging opened up today. So get those while
if you're in motorsports and never been to the PRI show, you have to go one time.
Or go twice.
Yeah, at least, but yeah, you got to go.
It's fun,
but if you've never gone, just go. It is, for anybody that's a gearhead, you are gonna love it.
Yeah, I mean for us, it's really fun because it's like we get everybody gathered up into one area and like we can interview people and talk to them and get stuff ready for the next season.
And the amount of stuff, I went last year and I hadn't been probably since right after it come to Indy. The amount of stuff for the sport of the motorsports world is just unbelievable in those buildings.
Personally, my favorite area is the simulator area, but that's just me.
Yeah.
So, y'all want to jump in and make some picks real quick before we cut out of here?
Let's do it.
Have you got pulled up, or if I got to pull it up?
I can't.
I don't have anything pulled up.
Figures. All right. Hang on.
Wow, you're gonna have to zoom in on that.
Hang on, I got it. Calm down.
All right, I have an update, especially for this lineup right here.
Jack out.
Jack is out.
Dang it.
Jack is not going to make it.
Well, all right, we're going back to the drawing board, and we didn't even get to make a pick yet. Nice. All right. Let's see here. Can I go a little smaller?
Is that Friday or Thursday? That's Friday.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I clicked the wrong tab. Don't yell at me.
But either way, just a little update. Yeah, Jack, I was informed by Jack that he's not going to make it. They had some trouble on the dyno, and they're not going to have parts in time.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
All right.
All right.
Shane, go ahead. You lead first.
I don't like that. We've got a couple. We've actually got a couple of debuts. I think maybe it's just the one. We've actually got Kyle Pedley and Mirtek Mule. I'm assuming that's how you say that.
I don't know if Pedleys are going. I don't think Pedleys are going either. I'm pretty sure they got replaced by Jason Molitor.
This just came out like today.
Yeah, it was like 11 o'clock this morning when this was put out.
I haven't seen Molitor on the list either.
I thought I read Molitor say on Facebook that they are taking the number 16 spot on Thursday, but I might have to go back and read it.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Oh boy, let's see here. Julia Ray, Rhett Parrish, Brandon Simon, Jeremy Smith, Brett Meyer, Clint Medding, Rob Russell, Tim Kane, Jack Wishmeyer, Kevin Schmucker, Brad Hockstedt, Craig Wildman, Ryan Coates, Don Brinkmeyer, Bradley Hartman, Kyle Pedley, Jason Miller, John Link, Andrew Vorwald, Jason Rowling, Kevin Masterson, Braden Schromick, Matt Hollins, Jason Savanovic, and Reese Shelton. I have no earthly idea, but I'm going to
By the way, if you notice where it says Andrew Vorwald, he is a part of the Rowan team. The 8R is a new tractor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we do have two supposed debuts, right?
Yeah, AJ says Molitor is in.
Who is that? Madison?
Well, AJ above him also said it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, good. What's up? What's going on, Mr. Klein? How are you? Give me Schmucker.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Right there at that number 10 spot.
Zach, you go.
I'm going to take Rob Russell.
That's also a very good one. He's done pretty good there.
I almost going to pick that out of the lineup.
I'll be straight up. If Julia was not first hook, I would pick her.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing that's got me scared. Yeah.
Because Julia has won a lot there in the past couple of years.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure in 23 they swept it, and they won last year on Friday.
So how does that make you feel that Rhett's number 2 then?
Not any better, because he only has one person to go off of, and if she just drops it, they don't reset it. He's kind of just like, all right, I'm right here.
And then you turn around and have. Oh, I guess Tinker Toy is on this one.
You know, like you said, though, this track, by the time the pro stocks get there, I would assuming they're not going to pro stocks last or first. The track should be consistent. Bauer or whoever's on them should be right. I don't think you're going to have to worry about a reset. I really don't.
I don't either.
Because they're going to let them run 360 feet if they need to.
Yeah, I think we had one reset last year. I think we had one. That's it.
Why? Make your pick. You're procrastinating.
Well, sorry, but I'm gonna go with Braden Schrammick.
That's a good one.
I like that one too. Man, so I picked hook number 10. Zach, you're 7. Did anybody write those?
Nope.
Got it. Hang on.
Hold on.
I've got it. I've got my notebook here and open.
Hey, your notebook's still in the back seat of my truck.
You mean the one I didn't use?
Yep.
I wouldn't count out. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to count any of them, but Reese being at 25, I don't think is a bad thing either, because the pass that Grayson made on that tractor last year was killer, and it sucks like he couldn't come back. So,
Yeah, seriously.
This is going to test a lot of these guys. So, what class are we going to next?
All right.
Below it. 4 1s. Oh, this is just going to be a pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Stevens drew first hook again. Dang it.
Who's picking first?
Not me.
Go Wyatt.
I got to read through the list here.
Stevens, Bausma, Ole, Ashelman, Bayer, Gillis, Shore Fighty, Torrey Keefe, Coots, McDonald, Garlock, Heron, Schottel. I'm going to say Seidler. With
Yeah,
Game
Key
Changer.
Seidler. Key Seidler.
Gallitz, Linroud, Linnerud, Smith, Roush, Bordeaux, Steinman, Audette, Wright, Russell, Geezy. Okay, didn't Shoot to Thrill sell? I sure thought it did.
I know who I'm going with. Ray here in Red Express.
You jackass.
That was my pick. All right.
I'm gonna take Tony McDonald.
My pick would have been anywhere from 9 to 12. That would have been where I was picked from, is 9 to 12. I wasn't going anywhere else. And
y'all both took my number 1, number 2 picks. Give me Geezy. What the heck?
That's a good dark horse. It ain't easy being Geezy.
No,
and he's been making some pretty good test hits too. So
you took McDonald too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. After them. Oh, Justin Smith, Goody. I'm gonna be curious to see how a lot of these guys do that because they've never ran together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 2-wheel drive.
Now
here's going to be real for 2-wheel drives.
This is going to be real interesting because there's a lot on this list, if you read through it, that have never been on this track, and there's been a lot of 2-wheel drives on this track.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Zach, you have to go first.
I'm going to go with my buddy Chad just because I know what they've done. So,
Two-wheel drive. You got Mayhill.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
My next.
Yep.
I'm gonna stick with him, rolling with some momentum. I'm going Jason Sullivan.
I like that pick.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
Him a lot though.
I mean, he went up to Ellsworth, and there's some good trucks there, and he put it on it.
Is Timmerman on this list anywhere?
No,
he's not.
Nope.
Well, yeah, because they're not technically considered a team. They may have gotten drawn either the same night or they're not there. I'm not quite sure.
There's one. There's a couple down there in the bottom of that class. I wouldn't be afraid to take.
Oh, where'd it go? I just saw it. Come back here.
Especially 21.
No.
21's where I was going.
Yeah.
Or 24.
I'll take 16. I'll take Tim Beattie, Sawmill Express.
And that's not a bad one either, because that's basically Donnie's other half. And Donnie won there last year in Tool Drive.
It was in that truck, wasn't it?
It was in Big Stick.
All right. 4-wheel drives. Oh no.
Who's picking?
Shane.
Oh boy, this one's going to be difficult.
I know where I'm going.
Rule 19.
You dick.
Well, good thing you're
Hey.
next.
What is it that they say about karma? What is it that they say about that? Zach, go.
I'm going to take Daryl Varner.
They didn't do too
I
bad there
actually
last
like
year.
that.
They did pretty good.
And they know how to run when they need to. I mean, they're smart. They've been doing it a long, long time.
Yep. Wyatt, your brother said Jamie Bush. Oh, wait a minute. Is he in? Oh, he is in this one.
Well,
Ooh.
this is Wild Ride. This is the newer one. He does not have a handle on that truck as well as he does Thunderstruck, but it's Jamie Bush.
Dang, Mick is in this group too. Ugh.
Yeah, Ryan has a good point. Jamie doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
Use them. The only thing that would set me back on not picking him is that this truck did not have a good ride there last year.
Yeah.
So but I'm going with, because of how this truck is running currently, I'm going with Tommy Corsa.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's running pretty dang good right now. So
Yeah.
and with a debut last year at Rockwell, it won. So
yeah. By the way, everybody, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's liked or shared or commented on the stream tonight. That helps us out a lot more than you guys know. The algorithm likes that a lot more.
What'd you do?
Oh, I didn't know we had minis left. My bad. I know what I'm doing, I swear.
yeah, okay.
Who's first? Me?
Yeah. I know where you're going.
I'm taking Abby.
Yep, figures.
That's not a bad one at all. Oh.
Is it Bobcat Jr. though?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Bobcat Jr. tonight or that night.
I suppose Way you can go next.
The thing is, it's been a couple years since minis have been there, and there's a lot of these teams that have new chassis or something under it, so they can't take any notes from the last time.
Yeah, but these new chassis seem to work no matter what they put them on.
Peter Norton's running this one too.
Hey, scroll down to the bottom of it. I make sure there's like 20 something on there.
Found mine.
Oh boy!
Don't you dare! Don't you do it!
Oh man!
Don't you do it!
He's gonna do it.
If you take him, I'm gonna throat punch you next time I see you.
I had this conversation with people in the mini rod class based upon what dirt he's on, and I'm not taking him. I'm taking Renee Theobald.
Oh, okay.
Because I love Vinny. I do. Vinny has been one of my favorites since I was a kid, but it's something about him on Ohio dirt versus Midwest dirt. There is something different about that tractor. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, your brother's comment just caught my attention again, by the way.
You can't count the old vet out.
What are you doing over there?
I would agree on the Pesic thing. I think they've been showing what they're doing in this mini rod world.
Yep.
Lindsay's in this one. Reese is in this one with the
Kester.
mini.
He's coming off a big weekend.
Tyler was the last winner there too. I'm pretty sure in 23 when they had.
See, now this right here is the darkest horse for me, just because we haven't seen him in a minute.
And one of them has a new chassis, by the way.
Mm-hmm. God, all right, I'm going Vinny.
And he's done really, really good there. Even when it was PPL.
Yeah. All right, so now that's all the classes we have for Thursday, right? Okay. Thank
And there's
you.
more on Friday.
Yep. This is fun. I'm not gonna lie about it, guys. Everybody that's watching, if you guys could please share this wherever you guys can, please. It helps us out a ton. All right. Let's see. Stop share. Switch over to this one. Where'd Zach go?
Somewhere.
And that's the wrong tab.
Holy cow.
What?
It's kind of crazy when you have to analyze them all because there's some that you've never seen run in person before.
There
There's
we
some
go.
that have never been out west of the Mississippi before.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I'll tell you the other one out of that 4-1 flight that's got me really intrigued based off their hook positions, George Bear and side piece.
Yeah.
I would agree.
You would agree, so you don't agree.
No, I'd agree. I think he's got a chance of doing it. Who's picking first here?
Me.
Okay.
Let's see here. Dustin Hook went. Ooh, Dustin, give me the rat.
Not a bad pick at all.
Wyatt, go for it, bud.
He dang near won it all last year. I'm going with Brett Meyer with injected funds.
That's where I was going, but
not anymore.
I'm gonna scroll up a little bit there, Shane.
How high?
All the way. I'm gonna take Grayson at 4.
Oh, yeah.
Which would
Okay,
Also-
bad timing
well-
is still on here too, so we know that one's out.
and Jack's out, so that makes Grayson 2.
I'll take him there.
Okay. Why you picked Meyer, Zach? Who'd you get?
Shelton, Grayson.
What is that one called? Cutting Edge.
Cutting edge 1206.
All right. What's next? Another
4-1s.
bunch of 4-1s. Why you can have this all you want.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down. You can't see him all. Oh, I know. Dean. Give me Dean. Sorry.
You suck.
I seen him earlier in the tech line. He's like, you don't I kind of felt obligated to pick him, so I'm going with Dean.
Yeah. Big supporter of
He-
ours too, nonetheless.
He blew it out the gate, and Ellsworth coming back and got third on a warm motor. So
Yeah. All right. Whatever your name is, Zach.
I'll take Danny Barker. That thing's been
Uh,
for rail lately.
You're gonna take a guy never really been outside the ITPA realm.
Trust me,
Besides Farm Show, but Farm Show's in its own class.
I've talked to the guys. I know what they're doing. It's capable. They got all the right people behind them.
Okay, that's totally fair. Who is this one? I genuinely don't. I don't recognize.
I don't either.
Wyatt.
If
Morgan.
anybody in the comments knows, please respond. But
I don't know this one.
I think it's an Eastern tractor. I could be wrong, but I'm not familiar with it. I know I picked already, but Isaac Conway's a pretty good one too because he just beat a bunch of these guys up in Ellsworth on Saturday.
Jamie Yankee's in there too. Sydney. Yeah, I'm gonna go with your brother. Give me Josh.
He ran really good in Baraboo.
Yes, he did.
Really good.
Really good. Yeah, anybody that can find us any info on the Jim Lewis and the blind side. I don't guess I've ever seen it before.
Here we go.
right.
Another big old tool drive class.
Two-wheeler. How convenient. Zach gets to go first again.
Give me Jared Nelson.
Oh.
Which one is it?
He was the one of the two I was going to pick.
Jared Nelson.
Midnight Revenger.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's not bad at all.
All right. Let's see. I'll take.
There's a couple Nelsons in here from Illinois.
I know. The only reason I don't want to take Dale is because he's up there in number 2.
Number 1 to be a good hook. Good pick.
Number 1 winner last year.
Though.
Do what?
What, Shane?
To outlast all of them.
Yeah, I mean,
Donnie did it last year. Donnie won it from number 1.
If there's one guy that can do it, that man right there can do it.
Uh-huh.
Give me Shameless. I'm keeping the Hunt name going.
What?
Chaz Fleming in too deep.
Ooh.
No,
that is not over. I thought you were going.
There it. I got talked into it this past weekend.
Making strides.
Chaz is just flat out good.
He said Tanner's hungry and he's a late hook.
But Zach, I don't think you're wrong in anything when it comes to Jesse being number 1. I mean, Donnie won it for number 1 last year.
No.
Yeah.
Next, 4-wheel drives. I guess that cycles it back to me, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Something I know nothing about. I'll take me some Midnight Raider.
Wow, that's not where I thought you were going.
Where'd you think I was going?
Not there. Is it me or Zach next?
It's a, to me, it's my safe pick.
So it's me next?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Mangan, the Outlaw.
Ooh. I like it.
He won 1 and 2 last year. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen again, but you never know, and just got to go with history.
I'm genuinely curious. Where did you think I was going to pick?
Jamie Bush.
That's fair. Zachary.
I'm taking Scott Phillips.
Yankee Blue.
He's on his comeback tour.
Man, that'd be. You want to talk about a comeback story, man.
That top 3 of the class is in a prime position too. It's just like tool drive. Last year was early hook winners. So
now here's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
Wyatt, you're up.
I'm going with the guy that just come to Hutch and kind of rail it on everybody and say, "Hey, I'm back," and I'm going with Shane Kellogg.
Yeah, fair pick. Zach,
I got to go with Van. I think you put him in a big pressure situation. He's more than capable of doing it, and that thing will be on a rail.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see, Overton, Jaeger.
I think Jaeger's is going to be the Trencher instead of Pipe Dream, because last I was told, Trencher was still in the trailer going to Farley, and Pipe Dream is still in Pennsylvania. So, if that says anything, but
give me Kent Crowder.
I was getting ready to say we've all left one on the board.
Yep, there you go.
I don't know. I really wanted to take the Duramax, but I don't know.
That is going to be some interesting dirt for some of these guys to learn.
Head McCoy says Headley to the front. I wish
He's
it
one of
said
them
the-
that
I wish it had the other motor in it still.
by rules it's not legal though because it's not a half ton.
I know. Doesn't mean it wasn't cool while it lasted. All right, mini
This-
rod gauntlet.
This one's gonna be a
This-
throwdown.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of good tractors that go home, man.
Shane, you're up.
Gosh. Okay.
There is.
God,
interested
That
Some
is
of
a
these-
that is a class and a half.
Jesus.
Every
Every time I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take this one. Like, no, you won't.
that string of you go Bruce Slaughter, Grant Thiebel, Tim Peisig, Adam Bauer, Grayson Shelton. Jesslyn a couple years ago went on a rail. Jeff with
Yeah.
Little Bear.
Hey, you're on a
Oh, man.
time limit here, Shane. Come on.
Kevin
3 minutes
Campbell.
to sled.
Give me wild card. Okay, give me wild card.
Dang. Zach.
Adam Bauer.
Called that one in my sleep.
I mean, there again, big
All of
pressure situations.
All of his focus is going to be on one type of driving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
TikTok, you're on the clock.
It's
I'm gonna
10:30.
go-
Some of us.
I'm going to throw it to a different direction. I'm going Tim Peisig with Fallout.
That was the other one I was laying between.
That's all right. I'll give you that. Shane Bobcat Jr. is pulling on Thursday night.
Yeah, pulling on Thursday.
Yeah, we already went over the Thursday lineups. Just you have to back it up and watch. So
Oh wait, that's it.
and that'd be
Yeah.
it.
We didn't do the pro
Dang.
stock. did we? Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did
yeah.
Thursday.
Kind of like the first one there.
Mhm.
Attaboy. So I'll make sure I tally these up. We'll figure out who won over the 2 nights. Whenever we come back for the next show, or I'll just post a picture of it whenever I win.
You're pretty confident there, bud. Hey,
All right, y'all. That's gonna do it for us. Next show will be what, the 28th?
Toma week.
Somewhere.
Tell 'em, wait,
Or
Toma week.
also we cycled into the Tumble week. Okay.
Mhm.
Sweet. But
Mhm.
y'all, thank y'all so much for making this show as big as it was tonight. All of y'all hanging around, hanging with us, watching with us all the way to the end. But guys, please make sure you like, sharing, and subscribing our stuff. Please, it helps us more than anything. It feeds the algorithm even better for us, especially the comments and everything we've had tonight. Another big shout out to RJ. Thank you to him for coming on. And don't forget PRI openings. The lodgings open up there, and we will see you guys next time.
take it easy.
Is a loser
Peace.
eating cat food or shaving his head or something? No.
To be fair, I could tick with the team I'm helping. We could change the outcome of this entire thing. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Everybody
Peace.
go to Parlay this weekend.
See ya.
Yeah.